Now then, it's Thursday. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday. And on Sunday, I came up with an idea, and I thought to myself, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to write from Monday. I'm going to write 1,000 words a day, minimum of 1,000 words a day, every day, Monday to Friday this week. See how we get on. And I've managed to write 940 words, and it's fucking Thursday. It's been so hot. Even sitting in the cab with the aircon on, you're watching your petrol gauge go down, and you think, oh god. But yeah, it's been a struggle this week. It really has. But the stupid thing, I did a stupid thing. I didn't do it. It's not good. I really struggled to find content for my book, and I really struggled. And my mate said to me, he writes. He's an author. He's had a couple of books published, and he said, "Don't stop writing. Just write something different." And I said, "Like what?" And he went, "Well, write anything." He said, "Write what I write." I said, "Well, I can't really write what you write because he writes erotica, romantasy, and stuff like that." And it's just not. I'm a 55-year-old man, and I can't. And I thought, no, there's no way, not in a million years am I going to be able to do that. Anyway, I'm chapter 19 on a 22 chapter romantic fiction book, and then here I am. And I've written some stuff in it. I think, where the fuck did that come from? You think, ooh, that's I haven't even seen that in movies. So yeah, that's where I am. So I'm stuck thinking, should I finish this book? Because I'm struggling to write the other one, but I seem to be getting more done in the filth book, smut book. Let's call it that, smut, filth. Some of it really is filth. You think, where did that come from? So I've got about 3 chapters left in that to write, and then I can either, I don't know what I'll do with it. Throw it in a corner and bury it in salt. And then I can concentrate on other things. But like I said to you the other day, I've written these... I've done a sort of outline of a book series about witches. And I know, I feel like I've got ADHD, if that is something, because I'm like, I've got to do this, but that looks really good. And when I get over there, that looks really good. I think, oh, what's that? And in my life, I'm not like that. But when I'm writing, I think, oh god, so I've got all these ideas. I've got these orc, elf, human series I've thought about. I've thought about the Zompire Empire, which is basically zombies and vampires, and because there's no food, there's very little human food left. Who's that? The zombies are eating the zombies are eating the vampires. The vampires are eating the zombies, and then you get a vampire that can come out in the daylight. The things you think about when you're sitting on a taxi rank. What else have I done? I've thought about pirate books. I've got plans of like series of books, and I can't even write 1,000 words a day. So this is where my head is. Instead of like, I know I should be just thinking, get a fucking grip. Get a grip. Write a book. Finish a book. Oh, that would be even better. Finish a book, and then you can worry about other things. Because I've got 10 books planned in this, the York trilogy. It's not even a trilogy. What's 10? What's 10 book series? It's a 10 book series. I've got 10. I've got them plotted out like this. per chapter. And so there's two different types of people who write. There's people who plan, and there's people who pants. So write from the seat of the pants. So they just type away. I'm a little. When I started the book, I started but now I've got the idea where I need a sort, not a plan, but an outline of the chapter. So I'm writing outlines for the chapter, so I can tick them off and go, right, that's it. But what I write is from the heart, from the seat of the pants, sort of thing, like, you know. But if I stop planning things or other book series, I might actually get some work done. So yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to write any more erotic books. I'm a 55-year-old man. I'm a fat old bloke. I couldn't put my name to it. I really couldn't, because I could put my name to it, but as soon as somebody sees my big fat face and goes, "Dirty old man," no one's going to buy it. So, so pen name needed, pen name required. But yeah, I've so witches series. I've done serial killer, an eight book. I've done one about a taxi driver who's a serial killer, but I don't think I'll write that one because I don't think the cab driver will like it. But the serial killer's a woman, and she gets badly done by, and she basically murders naughty people, bad people, drug dealers and rapists and moiderers and bankers and lawyers, you know, MPs, them sort of people. You know, people who've done a wrong or people who are doing wrong. And yeah, so that's where I am. So that's, how many is that I've done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got about 6 or 8, 6, 7, 8 series of books. Or about 6, 7, 8 or 10 book series. And like I said, I've written 900 words this week. So if I finish this book and it's a multi, and you buy it and you love it and you tell your mates to buy it and love it, I'll make lots of money. I can stop driving a cab. I can start writing full time. I know it's not going to happen, but I can dream. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to try and get published traditionally through traditional publishing, Simon and Schuster and Macmillan and all these other people all these people on here that, you know, people like Bernard Cornwell, who was, who did he get published by? You know, Simon Scarrow and Con Eagleton. Have you read any Con Eagleton books? Fantastic. I haven't read any of his books in a long time, but he does a lot about Rome, the ones I've done. I haven't ordered a tree care man. Are you turning around or are you just parking up? Yeah, so I don't know if I'm even gonna bother querying to agents, or I'm just gonna self-publish. You know, Ken Follett, I've got one of his books here somewhere. This one, The Pillars of the Earth. Ken Follett. He says it takes him 3 years to write a book. But Ken Follett's a multi-millionaire, so he can afford to. He can afford to take 3 years to write a book. A year in the planning, a year to write, and a year to edit, beta read, arc read, and edit again. Probably 3 sets of edits. You know, and if I started this stupidness, or if I actually 15 years ago when I wanted to write my original book, which is in here somewhere. Yeah. Down in there. Oh. What was that? Yeah, my original book, which I wrote in paper. Oh, what have I done? No, I don't want to do that. No, stop. What's that done? Siri's a bit of a pain in the arse at the moment. Don't tell her that, she gets annoyed. So if I originally done my book, if I did my book originally 15 years ago, it was in Nail, but I've used the characters from that book in this book, so it's all interwoven, all twisted and bitter, just like me. Somebody's having tree care done and he's very noisy. Coffee. So no one responded to my last video. Thank you very much, apart from Ryan and a few others. Well, I've had a few. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. I'll just sit and talk to myself, which is probably what I'm better at. So I could have written 100 words, 400 words, 500 words, maybe, in the time that I've done this, but never mind. But I've got to fire up the old laptop if I can get it working again. And I'm a trustee of a scout group, local scout group, Air Scouts. It's a link to the RAF. I don't. It's too close, but it's Air Scouts. The guy who runs it's a pilot. Nice chap. But I've got training to do. Do they call them leaders? I can be in charge of children. I fucking hate children. But I've got to do this inclusion course, make everyone feel worthwhile. Yeah. But I'm having problems logging in. So I finally finished. My laptop's sort of gas powered, and it's that old. So I finally managed to log in, and the laptop died on me. So I'm going to try again today. Who needs money? Who needs to go to work? Well, I can talk to you and do this and do that and write a couple of 100 words maybe. So I'll leave that there. Oh, my mate's S.M. Stevens. If you want to look him up, he writes erotica. If you're into that sort of thing, S.M. Stevens, and he's I should say he's quite good, but I haven't read his book yet. So let me know. Tell me what you think of his book. Speak to you soon.